Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
BBC News World.
June 25, 5:09 America, New York. The moment a woman was saved from rushing floodwaters in China. It took rescue crews multiple attempts to reach the woman who was clinging to her car.
New York Times World News. June 25, 5 o'clock America, New York. In Southeast Asia, luxury hotel bargains aren't hard to find. The region is emerging from COVID isolation only to find a dearth of the Chinese visitors who once flocked there. Some hotels are responding with deals for travelers from the U.S.
Washington Post World. June 25, 4:17 America, New York. Bangladesh marks opening of country's longest bridge. Bangladesh's Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has celebrated the opening of the country's longest bridge, which took 8 years to build amid setbacks involving political conflict and corruption allegations. Washington Post World.
June 25, 3:48 America, New York. Total bloodbath. Witnesses describe Ethiopia ethnic attack. Hundreds of people, mostly ethnic Amhara, were slaughtered in a village and its surroundings this month in the latest explosion of ethnic violence in Ethiopia, Africa's second most populous nation.
New York Times World News.
June 25, 3:48 America, New York. Oslo shooting is being investigated as terrorism, police say. The attack, which killed 2 people and seriously wounded 10 near a gay club in Oslo, came hours before the city's Pride Parade, which has now been cancelled. Police officers at the site of a mass shooting early Saturday in downtown Oslo.
BBC News World.
June 25, 2:38 America, New York. Italy's Red Brigades. Ex-members face extradition from France. A French court will decide the fate of several ex-members of the violent Red Brigades guerrilla group.
Washington Post World.
June 25, 2:35 America, New York. With war, Kyiv Pride Parade becomes a peace march in Warsaw. Ukraine's largest LGBTQ rights event, Kyiv Pride, is going ahead this weekend.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines. Sky News. June 25, 2:24 America, New York. Russian generals removed by Kremlin over course of Ukraine war, UK Defense Intelligence. Several generals have been removed from their commands by Russia's military chiefs as a result of the progress of the Ukraine war, UK Defense Intelligence has said. A Ukrainian BM-21 Grad multiple rocket launch system, near the town of Lysychansk.
New York Times World News.
June 25, 2 o'clock America, New York. Belarus's leader, Europe's last dictator, burnishes links to Russia. President Vladimir V Putin of Russia will meet with President Alexander G. Lukashenko of Belarus on Saturday amid questions over how far Minsk will allow itself to be drawn into the war. Analysts say Alexander G.
RT World News.
June 25, 1:31 America, New York. African leaders shun Zelensky. Only 4 out of 55 leaders reportedly listened to President Zelensky's virtual address to the African Union.
RT World News.
June 24, 2326 America, New York. Abortion ruling triggers violent extremism warning. The repeal of Roe v. Wade is likely to stoke violent unrest in the United States, the DHS's intelligence wing said.
BBC News World.
June 24, 2324 America, New York. Oslo shooting. 2 killed in nightlife district attack. Police have arrested a suspect but no motive for the attack has yet been given.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines. Sky News.
June 24, 2315 America, New York. Kalash Orchestra perform first UK gig at Glastonbury Festival, with set written in just days. Eurovision winners Kalash Orchestra, who brought home victory for war-torn Ukraine in last month's contest, have performed their first UK gig at Glastonbury Festival. Kalash Orchestra perform first UK gig at Glastonbury Festival, with set written in just days.
Time.
June 24, 2308 America, New York. By overturning Roe v. Wade, Supreme Court makes abortion a top election issue. The Supreme Court's decision on Friday to overturn Roe v. Wade immediately thrust an explosive issue into the forefront of midterm races throughout the country, as Democrats vowed to fight to restore federal abortion rights and many Republicans pressed for banning the procedure in their states and nationwide.
The Washington Times Stories. Advocacy. June 24, 2307 America New York, 2 killed in mass shooting in Oslo, Norwegian police say. Norwegian police say 2 people have been killed and more than a dozen injured in a mass shooting in Oslo.
Mirror World News.
June 24, 2249 America New York, Oslo shooting. Reveler tells of playing dead as gunman fired at her table, sparking panic. A woman has told how she played dead at the London pub in Oslo, so as to avoid a gunman who fired at a table where she was hiding, amidst other harrowing accounts of the shooting.
Mirror World News.
June 24, 2244 America New York, multiple explosions reported all across Ukraine with blasts in Kyiv, Lviv and Kharkiv. We'll be bringing you the very latest updates, pictures and video on this breaking news story.
WorldCBSNews.com.
June 24, 2232 America New York, Ukrainian forces withdrawing from Severodonetsk, officials say. Severodonetsk and Lysychansk have been the focal point of the Russian offensive aimed at capturing all of the Donbass and destroying the Ukrainian military defending it. World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
June 24, 2214 America New York, 2 dead and 14 wounded in shooting at Oslo nightclub. 2 people have been killed and 14 wounded in a shooting at a nightclub in Norway's capital Oslo. Security forces stand at the site where several people were injured during a shooting outside the London pub in central Oslo, Norway. June 25, 2022.